Welcome to Luck Scout Mindfulness. Today we're diving into the crucial task of making decisions based on facts, not feelings. Emotions are powerful, but when it comes to big decisions, it's vital to focus on the cold, hard facts. Over the course of this video, we'll walk through a step-by-step process for making more rational decisions. We'll sprinkle in some juicy historical examples to show just how critical this fact-based approach can be. Get ready to make some seriously smart choices. Let's get started. All right, let's kick things off with step one, gathering information. This is the foundation of making any well-informed decision. You'd be surprised how often people jump into a decision without all the facts. This can lead to unnecessary stress and poor outcomes. So how do we gather the information we need? Well, it depends on the decision. Different decisions require different types of information. If you're deciding on a new phone, research models, compare prices, and read reviews. Look at user feedback and expert opinions to get a balanced view. For bigger life choices like a career path, talk to people in different fields, shadow someone, or take classes. This hands-on experience can be invaluable. The key is to be thorough. Don't just rely on the first few Google results or what your Uncle Bob told you. Cross-reference your sources, dig deep, explore different perspectives, and ensure you have a solid understanding before making any moves. Remember, knowledge is power. The more informed you are, the better your decisions will be. Now that we've gathered information, it's time to move on to step two, defining our objectives. What are we trying to achieve with this decision? What are our goals? This step is about getting crystal clear on what we want the outcome to be. Let's say you're deciding whether to move to a new city. What are your objectives? More affordable living, a vibrant cultural scene, a better job market. Write them down and rank them in order of importance to stay focused. We've got our information and objectives. Now it's time for the fun part, brainstorming options. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Let's say you're deciding how to spend your summer vacation. You could plan a big trip, learn a new skill, volunteer, or start a side hustle. The point is, there are usually more options available than we realize. By identifying all of them, we give ourselves the best chance of finding the one that truly aligns with our objectives. We've got our options laid out like a delicious buffet of possibilities, each one tempting us with its unique flavors and promises. But before we start filling our plates, we need to evaluate the pros and cons of each option carefully, just like a discerning diner. This is where we try to look at each option as rationally as possible, setting aside our initial excitement to focus on the details. What are the potential benefits and drawbacks of each choice? We need to list them out clearly to see the full picture. Let's say you're deciding between two job offers. This is a common scenario where evaluating pros and cons is crucial. One offers a higher salary but requires relocation, which might mean leaving behind friends and family. The other offers a better work-life balance but a lower salary, allowing you more time to enjoy with loved ones. Consider factors like cost of living in the new location, career growth opportunities, commute time, and company culture. Each of these can significantly impact your decision. By weighing the advantages and disadvantages, we can get a clearer picture of which option aligns with our desired outcome and long-term goals. This thorough evaluation helps us make a more informed decision, one that we are less likely to regret later on. We're getting close to making a decision, but there's one more crucial step: considering the consequences. Think about both the short-term and long-term consequences. How will this decision affect you next week, next month, next year, or even 10 years down the road? For example, if you're deciding whether to take out a loan for a new car, consider the short-term convenience and long-term financial impact. By carefully considering the potential consequences, we can make a more informed decision that minimizes risks and maximizes rewards. This step ensures we think ahead. Now, this next step is perhaps the most challenging: separating emotions from facts. Emotions can be sneaky, trying to sway our decisions. When making important decisions, it's crucial to be aware of our emotional biases and try to set them aside. For instance, if you're deciding whether to invest in a friend's business, separate your emotional attachment from the factual information. Ask yourself, would I invest if it weren't my friend's business? Is this a sound investment based on the business plan and market research? This helps ensure our decisions are fact-based. We've gathered information, defined objectives, and laid out our goals clearly, identified options, weighed pros and cons, and evaluated the potential outcomes, considered consequences, and separated emotions from facts to ensure a rational decision-making process. Now it's time to seek external input to broaden our perspective. Talk to people you trust, like friends, family, mentors, or colleagues. Their insights can be invaluable. Share your thought process, explain your options, and ask for their honest feedback. Be open to their suggestions. Listening to different viewpoints can help identify potential blind spots and challenge assumptions you might have overlooked. For example, if you're deciding whether to accept a job offer in a new city, talk to people who have made similar moves. Their experiences can be enlightening. Ask about their experiences, the challenges they faced, and what advice they would give to someone in your position. This can provide valuable insights and help you make a more informed decision. We're getting down to the wire. A decision matrix can help us visually compare our options based on important criteria. Think of it like a spreadsheet where each row represents an option and each column represents a criterion. Assign weights to each criterion based on importance and score each option. Add up the scores to see which option comes out on top. This tool brings more objectivity and clarity to the decision-making process. We've reached a critical juncture. It's time to take a moment for reflection. Even after all this research and analysis, it's essential to pause and let everything marinate. This doesn't have to be a long process. Even a few hours or a day can make a difference. Engage in activities that help clear your head and reconnect with your intuition. Often our gut feelings can provide valuable insights that our rational minds might miss. Trust your instincts and explore any feelings that arise. Now let's engage in a little future casting. Visualize yourself in a world where you've made each of the decisions you're considering. What does your life look like with each option? How do you feel? What are the long-term implications? For example, if you're deciding between a promotion with longer hours or maintaining your current position, visualize both scenarios. How do you feel in each situation? Do you feel energized and fulfilled, or do you long for more time with family and friends? This exercise can reveal your true preferences. We're in the home stretch. Before we cross the finish line, let's test our assumptions. Throughout this process, we've been gathering information and forming opinions, but Our assumptions are not always accurate. Question everything and look for evidence to support or refute your assumptions. For example, if you're deciding whether to move to a new city for a job, you might assume the cost of living is higher. However, further research might reveal lower housing costs. Testing assumptions ensures our decisions are based on accurate information. We're on the final lap. Stay patient and rational. Decision-making can be messy and emotional, but it's important to play the long game. Rushing into a decision can lead to regrets. Take your time and reassess if needed. The goal is to make the best possible decision with the information available. Sometimes the best decision is to wait and gather more information before taking action. Congratulations, we've made it. But our journey doesn't end here. The final step is to review our decisions and learn from our experiences. After making a decision, reflect on the process. What worked well? What could you have done differently? By analyzing past decisions, we can identify patterns, recognize biases, and develop strategies for better decisions in the future. Decision-making is a skill that takes practice to master. That's it for this time. Hopefully, you've picked up some helpful strategies for approaching decisions with a more objective mindset. Remember, while emotions are essential, letting them dictate our choices can lead to regret. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content. Share your thoughts in the comments below. How do you handle tough decisions? Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep making smart choices. Thank you for watching.